Among the most immoral yet slyly powerful of Greene's 48 laws of power creeps Law 39. A scheming plan to control others by purposefully provoking intense emotional storms of anger, shame, and wounded pride through carefully chosen insults, put-downs, and mind tricks. Make no mistake, this law promotes psychological warfare at its core. By secretly stirring the waters of rivals' troubled minds, you can fool them into hasty, self-destructive choices, fueled by blinding emotion over wise thinking. The emotional outbursts you precisely trigger are used as weapons to sabotage opponents from within. Yet, like handling a highly explosive substance, Law 39's power rests in maintaining an air of steady, ice-cold calm while systematically antagonizing enemies. Lose your cool, and you hand them every upper hand. Misjudge their insecure spots, and you inject the venom into yourself instead. Only the most stonily disciplined can wield such volatility as a controlled tool. The unfazed mask, keeping your provoking poise. At the heart of Law 39's tactics stands the utmost importance of remaining an emotionally unshakable fortress amid a storm of your own provocation. You must embody the model of relaxed, noble composure and steely self-control, no matter the inflammatory jibes or nuclear-level insults you hurl at opponents. Greene illustrates this vital principle through Emperor Napoleon's legendary meltdown against the unmoved foreign minister Talleyrand. Convinced his underling plotted betrayal, the enraged Napoleon unleashed a crazed barrage of sputtering personal attacks and humiliating insults meant to crush Talleyrand's dignity and sense of self. Yet as Napoleon's rage spiraled into pitiful unraveling, Talleyrand stood motionless, radiating noble boredom and untouchable emotionlessness at the childish display. The more unhinged Napoleon became, the smaller and weaker his towering status appeared next to Talleyrand's stony immovability. Refusing to match the provocation with reciprocal reactivity, the minister won the psychological battle, even as his loss of position marked Napoleon's tragic decline. Law 39's clear lesson is this: no matter how much you deliberately try to agitate others with taunts, provocations, or insults to their pride, honor, vanity, etc., the moment you too become hooked by losing your own emotional control, you undermine your advantage and hand power to your target. The moment you lose your poised mask and descend into angry reactivity from your own provocations, you forfeit all leverage over those you aim to unhinge. Controlled demolition, emotional provocation as shrewd tactic. While simple provocation and bullying serves little purpose, Law 39 brims with historical masterclasses of stirring emotional turbulence as brilliantly calculated gambits within grander offensive plans. Take Haile Selassie's deft provocation of his hated rival Ras Guksa into a self-destructive rebellion. By issuing a humiliating order that Guksa crush a minor uprising, Selassie ignited the nobleman's powder keg of martial pride. The enraged Guksa struck back with his own coup attempt, playing directly into the emperor's carefully laid trap. Stirred into impulsive action by a mere slight against his honor, Guksa's arrogance blinded him until too late. Another masterstroke was Sun Pin's psychological baiting of an overconfident Wei commander into dividing and marching his forces straight into a deadly ambush. By calculatingly creating the illusion of mass desertion through misleading campfires, Pin stoked the enemy's hubris until he foolishly charged ahead without caution. In each case, triggering emotional unraveling through provocations as, seemingly, minor as insults to pride or jeers of cowardice, were unleashed as tactical explosives to fatally short-circuit adversaries' strategic thinking. When deployed with skill, rabid emotional turbulence is a Pandora's box of self-defeat. Knowing your Waterloo, mapping insecure triggers. Yet for all its tactical potential if leveraged with precision, Law 39 cautions that any provocation not preceded by psychological study of adversaries' deepest insecurities courts catastrophic backfire. The dire failure of Tyre to bend Alexander the Great showcases the risks of arrogantly underestimating your psychological battleground. By haughtily insulting the conqueror's imperial honor and martial manhood, Tyre detonated the emotional tripwires of an exponentially more powerful foe, with essentially no destabilizing vulnerabilities to exploit. Their provocations only transformed Alexander's vindictiveness into unstoppable rage that led to their complete destruction. In stark contrast, Haile Selassie's expert provocation of Gugsa and Pin's flawless arrogance baiting highlight how mapping the psychological fault lines of adversaries allows you to pitch-perfectly formulate the precise button-pushing taunts, aspersions and slights to catalyze implosions. Only by acutely charting where rivals' most lacerating complexes of shame, pride, and ego frailty lie, can one know how to maximize the collateral damage of their emotional demolitions. Hit unmapped structural weaknesses alone, and the provocation detonates on you instead. The master sledgehammer of emotions. As one of the most ethically dubious yet shockingly results-driven of Greene's laws, Law 39 shines light on psychological provocation as perhaps the most powerful gambit in the true master schemer's toolbox, but also among the most catastrophically hazardous for imprecise users. By first blueprinting adversaries' deepest repositories of insecurity and emotional vulnerability through meticulous profiling and observation, one can then precisely etch the psychological detonators to inject through needle-tipped provocations, slights, and insults. Each seductively phrased taunt is formulated as an exquisite depth charge aimed at instigating escalating explosions of rash, impulsive fury and arrogance from the target that destabilize them in sync with your unfolding offensive. Yet counterbalancing this potential for sabotaging enemies into self-destruction lies the risk of emotional hellfire if mishandled. Lose your stoic immovability, and you instantly compromise the structural integrity of your entire operation. Misdiagnose foes' insecure trigger points, and your provocations detonate on you instead. Only the most psychologically hardened grandmasters, blessed with glacial self-restraint and X-ray insight into the labyrinths of human insecurity, can responsibly wield such emotional explosives as controlled weapons. For the rest, Law 39 remains an irresistibly intriguing but lethally hazardous plaything best left untouched. Now, something important. Make it a daily habit to learn something truly beneficial that enhances your life. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain. Be deliberate in your choices. Otherwise, be wary. Algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts. Reflect on that. Now, we're excited to announce that we're now welcoming contributions through subscriptions to aid our upcoming projects and bring you exceptional content. Join us by subscribing today.